All right, y'all, tonight we are making crawfish stew with the roux spoon that everybody freaked out about. I got a cup of flour in here, a little less than a cup of oil. You're gonna make a roux with oil and flour, but you gotta have your pan heated up first. And if you're gonna start a roux, you better go pee first, so that's what I'm doing. Once you got your pan heated up, put in your oil, throw the flour in there, and be prepared to stir for a good while. Get it all blended up. Like a medium low, especially if you're not very good at a roux yet. You need to have 4 cups of water on the side already before you start this. I got crawfish tails here from Bayou Pigeon, Louisiana. If you have frozen crawfish tails, you need to thaw them out. I ended up adding about a 1/4 cup of flour because I need it thicker. It needs to be thicker, and eventually it will thin itself out. Also, you need to have cut up 2 onions, a bell pepper, a bunch of green onions, and 2 stalks of celery. And get your garlic out and set it on the side, but that's going to go in last. The roux is the longest and hardest part of this whole thing. And as you can see, it's thick right now. The longer you go, the darker it's going to get. Low and slow. Never stop stirring this thing, especially if you don't know what you're doing when it comes to a roux. This roux spoon has that edge on it right there. It scrapes. And FYI, this is my mama's Magnolite. May she rest in peace. But I have been passed down this Magnolite, which is the greatest honor in a Cajun woman's life. Alright, if anybody has a question as to why I use a roux spoon instead of a wooden spoon, here is your answer. You gotta continuously do this until that roux is the color that you want it. If you have just a small wooden spoon, it's not quite as efficient at all. Like, it's not even close to what a roux spoon does. When you get a little more experience at making a roux, you can kind of let it sit for a few seconds, 30 seconds or so. A little longer than you would if you don't know what you're doing, to get it darker without burning it. I don't recommend that if you don't know what you're doing. For real, for real. Alright, baby's finally home. So he got the roux looking pretty good, and we're about to drop the vegetables in and just... It's going to cool it down, so it's going to get a little thick for a few minutes. At this point, I'm going to put a splash of this shrimp and crab bowl in. It does not take much. That's just to give it that crawfish boil taste. It's going to get super thick right now, but you just got to keep on stirring it. And right now we're going to put a little splash of cooking wine in here. Not a lot, just enough to thin it a little bit. Really, you could just drop beer in here if you want to. The alcohol's going to cook out. I know that this looks funny, but this is pretty much what you want. This is a labor of love, y'all. Like, if you don't love this, if you don't love the way it tastes, it ain't worth it. But to me, it's totally worth it. Right about here, you're going to add a couple tablespoons of minced garlic. I just added the rest of the jar because that's about how much I had. Look how it's like tough right now, y'all. Labor of love. Alright, usually I would make these vegetables cook until they're tender, but right now I'm on a time rush, so I'm going to add my 4 cups of water in here and let the water cook the vegetables. Get this all blended in well. I added a little bit of salt and pepper already. See what it tastes like. At this point, you can chill out on the stirring just a little bit because you got enough liquid in there to not let the roux burn. I know we got all that garlic in there, but you can never have enough garlic, so you're going to still put your garlic powder in. Got that onion powder, and cannot go without the paella. Also, a little splash of my boy, T-Boy's seasoning. I ended up adding almost 6 cups of water altogether, just how thick you want it, and I still have to put the crawfish in after this cooks down for a little while, and we'll go cook the vegetables down. Never ever hurts to add paprika. And we're going to cover that and let it cook for a few minutes. You start cooking your rice. I made a couple cups. My mama at her house made a couple cups, so we're going to have plenty of rice. And she also made a potato salad for this. So this is what 2 pounds of Louisiana crawfish tails looks like, and I do not recommend getting no overseas crawfish. We're going to cook this down for another half an hour. Another half an hour, you're going to cook this down. And then I'm going to taste it in a few minutes. I'm going to taste and see if it needs any more seasoning. I don't want to overdo it because my mama does not like a lot of heat. I don't want it to be bland, so I'm going to test it out in a few minutes and see what it tastes like. Y'all see this potato salad my mama made? We're not going to tell her, but I put some Tony's and I put some more relish in it because she don't like the spice and I do. Look at that. You ain't never tasted Cajun cooking, you are missing out. Get you some potato salad, buddy. Plop. Alright. And pour that on there. That's what I'm talking about, y'all.
Sauce bon. Sauce bon.
What it tastes like?
Crawfish stew, I guess. I don't know.